Turkey Valley Trojans took care of business last week, knocking off Waterloo Christian 62-7. Recapping that game with head coach Mark Scott. And coach, what were the main takeaways from last Friday night?
The kids went out and did what they needed to. I mean, went out and played hard, got off the ball like we needed to, ran the ball hard, threw the ball well, and we did throw it. On defense, we told them, don't think somebody's, they had some athletes, don't think somebody's going to make the play, get your butts over there and help out. And they did a good job with that.
And when you're facing a team like that, that's a young program, a developing program, a growing program, probably a good strategy to take any confidence away early on in that one, and getting off to a 32-0 lead at the end of the first quarter was probably a good thing. Talk about the start of the game and making sure you didn't give Waterloo Christian any confidence.
I mean, yeah, I believe we hit the ball first, which is unusual. They won the toss and deferred, and we drove down, field. We had a couple penalties in the first part of the game that, a couple hold calls in the first half, I think, and a false start to it. Like I told the kids, I said, I can live with the whole calls. That's just kids getting out and trying to do their job and working their butts off, trying to do, for their team. But I mean, other than that, we executed very well. We didn't punt the whole game. I think in the first quarter, though, they dropped a snap on a punt and picked it up and got around the edge and got a first down. That was a big play for them. But other than that, we did a great job of shutting them down. Our DBs stayed with their receivers. They had some athletic kids running around. Their quarterback's athletic and could throw the ball. So we did a good job doing, taking away what they wanted to do and doing what we wanted to do.
And I know we could talk about Oliver Schmidt every week, 2 touchdowns rushing, 1 touchdown receiving, and he even got to throw a touchdown last week. That's hitting the trifecta, isn't it?
Yeah. He just, I mean, he's, like I said, he's a football player. He understands the game. He knows what's going on. He's a nice sized kid. He's 6'6", 185 pounds. That's a nice sized high school running back. And he's a catcher on the baseball team, so he can throw a ball.
Obviously, and the stats showed it last week. This week, you got the district leader in Don Bosco coming to town. Perennial power in 8-man football. What about this year's edition of the Dons impresses you?
Well, they're Don Bosco. They're going to come at you. I mean, they're kids that, when they put 8 kids on the defense, those 8 kids are going to come try to tackle you. They'll come hard. They'll come full speed. They don't have the size they've had in the past, but, they're still got the Don Bosco, I'm going to come hit you attitude. And they run to the ball. I mean, they do a great job. They tackle low. I mean, they're wrestlers. They all know what a single leg is, an ankle pick. And, they come in low and then on offense, they've got a couple, and they haven't been so, in the years gone by, they were pretty much one back heavy, but this year they started that way, but the sophomore kid that they have has really been carrying the ball well for them. So, they're going to be multi-dimensional on offense a little more than they have been in the past.
And I remember from watching them in the past, especially on offense, it's really nothing fancy that they do. It's just, here we are, come and tackle us. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, I mean, they're not quite the same. They do a little more spreading you out, getting your defense spread out, which basically I think that works with the kids they have, that a little more agile and might be able to juke you when they get you spread out a little bit. That's the sophomore kid, but the Knack kid that's their senior. I mean, he'll draw. He's stacked in there pretty good. He'll run you over if you don't square him up.
All right, Coach. Obviously a tough test this week, but hopefully you can have some success. Keep your kids healthy. We wish you best of luck.
Thank you, sir.
Mark Scott, head coach of the Turkey Valley Trojans. It's Turkey Valley and Don Bosco this Friday night in Jackson Junction.